Hey there, college football fans. Tom down here with another college football recruiting breakdown video. This time, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Now, here's where they sit from all of the major recruiting services out there. The 24/7 Sports Composite, number 9. Just 24/7 Sports, number 8. Rivals has them at number 9, and ESPN, who I'm unconvinced is actually updating anything today because they're a failing business, is number 11. So let's call this a top 10 class right now for Brian Kelly's squad. There's some good volume, by the way, with this group for the Irish. 25 total commits. Now, there are no 5 stars in that group. However, there are 11 4-stars plus 14 3-stars as well. Now, I will make a very quick note here. All but one of their guys, but we'll mention him later on, has already signed his letter of intent. Notre Dame had a chance to get Donovan Edwards, but for the most part, as expected, he went to Michigan. So this class might not get that many more, if any, additions as we move forward deeper into early signing day and then the final one later in early 2021. Now, speaking of final, the final college football playoff rankings are coming out Sunday, noon Eastern, and we're going to break them down live as the committee here in Dallas sends it to us. Will Notre Dame be number 2? Will they beat Clemson? Will they lose and stick in the top 4? Only way to find out is to tune in. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe. All right, now let's break down player by player this recruiting class for Notre Dame. First, their top 3 commits. Number 1 for them. And the number 1 player in the state of Indiana out of Avon, Blake Fisher, a 4-star offensive lineman, number 52 overall. He's listed at 6'5.5", 336. Program weight's always live. That's some pretty good size for the lineman. Oh, look, another lineman, by the way. Rocco Spindler. That is a just hog molly in the middle name if I've ever heard one before. 4-star out of Michigan, 60th overall, the number 3 player in that state and at his position. Then a quarterback checks in here, number 65 overall out of California, Tyler Buchner. 4-star recruit, number 4 player in the state of California. They pulled him out of USC, UCLA territory. Maybe Tyler can end up being the future at quarterback for Notre Dame once Ian Book heads off to the NFL. All right, the only other top 100 recruit right now for Notre Dame, Deion Colzie. 4-star recruit, receiver, good size, 6'4", 193. They pulled him out of Athens, Georgia. They went deep behind enemy lines for that one. Number 12 player in the state. And then another receiver to pair with him. Awesome name, Lorenzo Styles Jr. out of Ohio. 115 overall, the number 5 player from Ohio as well. Back to the trenches now for Gabriel Rubio out of Missouri, the number 2 player in the state of Missouri. 116 overall, adding some beef on the interior, 6'5", 305. Another big name alert, or at least good name alert, Prince Kollie out of Tennessee, the number 3 player in the state. He's not going to the Volunteers or Vanderbilt. No. He's going to Notre Dame instead. Number 153 overall, the number 10 outside linebacker. Now, Notre Dame fans, we've done Georgia videos, Ohio State videos, Alabama videos earlier. Don't let those fan bases drown you guys out in the comments section. Make sure you guys are spamming Go Irish and rep your team for us in the comments section. Yet another highly touted tight end going to Notre Dame. Berrong out of Georgia, 6'4", 230, the number 8 overall tight end in this year's class. Number 225 overall. Another receiver, also, by the way, out of Georgia. This one, Atlanta. Jayden Thomas. He's a number 26 player, out of Georgia. The number 53 wide receiver. 2 defensive guys here. First up is Philip Riley from Florida, number 313 overall. And then another offensive lineman, also from Florida, Caleb Johnson. That's the number 48 and the number 50 player, respectively, out of that recruiting hotbed down south in Florida. Now, we mentioned Notre Dame, pretty much a consensus top 10 recruiting class. Here's where things sit as we film, and yes, stuff will change throughout the day and into the weeks beyond here. Alabama's number 1, OSU is 2, Georgia, LSU briefly flipped and then went back to 3 and 4. Clemson is number 5. Oregon's number 6. Oklahoma has been on the rise today. They're up to number 7. Florida's number 8. There's Notre Dame at number 10. Michigan was in the top 10. dropped out to like number, I think it was 14, something along those lines, Harrison, and now they're back in at number 10. So the Irish are trending towards getting a top 10 class this year. So I want you guys to grade it for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Maybe you're hoping for a top 5 class and you want to hold off for that to be an A grade. I'm thinking B+, A-. It's Notre Dame, a top 10 class every single year is really what I think they're aiming for. So I like this class from Notre Dame, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If you get the ad break here on YouTube, scroll on down, get your votes in, and grade the class for me. Moving on now with some more commits here as Joe Alt and Mitchell Evans, we're using the 24/7 profile pictures. I don't think they'll look like that their first year at Notre Dame. I know everyone, as I age, everyone looks younger. Those guys need to get some beards going. That'll help them age up a little bit there. Joe Alt, 6'7", 283. Mitchell Evans, by the way, 6'7", 240, listed as a tight end. I wonder if Notre Dame might convert him into an offensive lineman. Ryan Barnes, a cornerback just like Chance Tucker there. 3 stars respectively, 559, 565. And then Logan Diggs, who as we film this, of the 25 commits for Notre Dame, is the only one who has not yet officially signed his letter of intent, but that should come in the very near future. He's 540 overall, a 3-star running back out of Louisiana. Now, of course, the goal at Notre Dame, to win a national title. They're going to have a shot this year. They take down Clemson again. They're a lock for the college football playoff. They're kind of close to being a locker as long as they don't get blown out, and maybe this is the year they pull it off. So what do you guys think? Will Brian Kelly win a national title at Notre Dame this year? Type Y for yes or type in N for no. Some more 3-star recruits here. Justin Walters out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, the number 16 player in the state. Devin, I believe it's pronounced Aupiu, but I might be wrong on that one. Out of California, he's 578 overall. Will Schweitzer out of California again, he's 581. And I think the best name I've come across doing all of these videos today, how about Kahanu Kia, of course, out of Hawaii, 592 overall. That is an elite name right there. I like Pat Coogan's name too. He's 6'12 overall out of Chicago, Illinois, listed at 6'5", 290. All right, the final 4 commits and I guess letter of intent signees for Notre Dame. Jason Onye, 624, a defensive end out of Indiana. They got, or out of Rhode Island, excuse me. Onye's out of Rhode Island, my bad. JoJo Johnson is out of Indiana. He's an athlete, 5'11", 180, so maybe receiver, maybe back, maybe end up throwing him in there at corner or defensive back. And there's a kicker, Josh Bryan, the number 6 kicker. And then this is a name you true hardcore Notre Dame fans will remember. Ron Powlus III. Yes, his dad is the former Notre Dame quarterback and coach, Ron Powlus, who famously, Beano Cook over at ESPN said Powlus would win the Heisman Trophy twice. My prediction, Ron Powlus III wins the Heisman Trophy 3 times at Notre Dame. Of course, I'm kidding there. But overall, it's a good class for the Fighting Irish. 25 commits, 11 4-stars. Should hold on to being a top 10 class. Another good base group for Notre Dame and Brian Kelly, who continue to have plenty of success under his leadership.